Alright, hey guys.
Welcome back to the channel.
Right?
So,
where if it offends you, it's a good thing.
yeah,
you were listening.
You probably needed to hear it anyway. There's a difference between being mean and hurtful and giving somebody constructive criticism.
Yes.
On our videos, if you guys were to say, hey, this is how you can do it better,
Right?
like, we will probably take your advice.
Or at least try to take your advice, unless it's going to cost us extra money, and then we probably won't take your advice and do it our way, even though we know it's going to be the worst.
Harder way.
Yeah, the worst of the two.
Because, yeah, we're also very frugal.
Yeah,
So.
we can't afford to go spend a whole bunch of money, so we'll do it the cheap, shortcut way and pay for it later.
Right, because that's how we do things.
Yeah.
But, you know, our dad always told us, and even our teachers in school, they were not afraid to tell you, hey, you did that wrong. Or this is how it can be done better.
Right?
How are we supposed to learn if we can't take constructive criticism? And now in the workplace...
Or be made, to feel bad because we're asking all the questions.
Right. And nowadays, in a job, if you're the boss and you tell a kid that, they didn't take the trash out correctly because they didn't put bags in the trash can when they were done, or rinse the trash cans out when they were dirty and smelly, now you're racist or homophobic or sexist or something. One of those key words that the left likes to use a lot. And that's not the case. It's just, I'm trying to train you to be better.
Right?
Like, in a job setting, I pay you to do a specific job. If you cannot do that specific job well, then I'm going to find somebody who can. And I'm not being hateful. I just want to get my money's worth. You know what I mean? And in school nowadays, like, it's just nuts. It's just nuts, guys. So I think that there needs people, okay. We like to raise our kids to be tough in the sense that they can talk crap and they can take crap. So we talk crap to our kids every single day in a joking fashion.
Right.
We
do it with love, guys.
We do it with love. Yeah, we're mean with love. Yes.
And they know it.
Yes, and they know it because it usually creates a lot of laughs.
Yep.
It usually means everybody's joking and having
even
a
the
good time.
person that is slightly being picked on a little is still laughing along with the rest of us because it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. So we're not bullies. We're just teaching. Well, maybe we are. I don't know. But we are teaching our kids to grow up and be tough. We do not want their coworkers, their spouses, people that they live around to feel like they have to walk on eggshells around our kids when they become adults. Yeah, that is a big thing for me.
We want our kids to be able to recognize their emotions and handle it accordingly.
Because as much as you don't want to hear it, your emotions are your problem, not anybody else's.
And you also have to be able to tell, like, what's triggering you. You've got to be able to get to the source of it. Because sometimes when you're having, a feeling about something, sometimes it's not always obvious onto what put you in that mood. Because I know that there's days that I've woke up and all of a sudden I'm just irritable. I'm just irritable. But if I think hard enough on it, I can always, figure out what is irritating me or why I woke up so irritated.
And if not, we put ourselves in timeout and we're like, I'm going into my room for a while.
Right.
Everybody leave me alone.
Right. I need to take a break for a second and calm down. But you've got to be able to identify that, you are having these emotions, that it's not something that everybody else needs to deal with around you. It is something that you personally need to take care of.
Yeah.
Even if somebody else is the cause of that emotion. Like, let's say when one of the bigger kids makes one of the younger kids mad, the big kid needs to stop purposely making the little kid mad, but the little kid also has to be able to understand, hey, that big kid is making me mad, now I need to go away because now it's my problem.
And that brings up another thing, setting boundaries and holding your boundaries. So, for example, say someone is, we're picking on one of the kids, and we tell them this all the time. And this is how we practice setting boundaries. We are picking on them and they're laughing along, having a good time, But then some days you're just not feeling it, right?
Not in the mood.
So we're like, hey, if you're just not in the mood someday, just kindly be like, hey guys, I'm not in the mood today. And we'll knock it off. Because we respect their boundaries, but we also need to train them to set boundaries. And we need to train them to respect other people's boundaries. So when one of the other kids says, hey, I'm not in the mood for that today. Okay, don't pick on so-and-so today. They're not in the mood for it.
Right?
Cool. Now they're setting their boundaries, you're respecting their boundaries, and both of those things are equally important.
Exactly.
However, if you want to just get mad and not express your boundaries to those around you, especially those people that you love, your family members, your friends, if you don't set your boundaries, how are they supposed to know what your boundaries are?
Exactly.
If something they are doing makes you mad or hurts your feelings, then you need to be able to say, hey, I don't like it when you treat me like that. And then, if that person continues to treat you that way, then you need to figure out how to get out of that situation. And in a sibling situation, they're not going to escape each other forever, but they can be like, I don't want to be around you anymore because you're being a jerk. I'm going to go to my room.
Right?
Or I'm going to go play outside. They can do that. They can separate themselves from that
I'm going to go for a walk.
Exactly. I'm going to go for a walk and get away from you because you're being mean to me and I don't like it.
Exactly.
But if they never say it, because sometimes, we're talking crap and they're laughing right along, joking right along with us. And then if someone wants to get all butthurt and be mad about it, you have to be able to express your boundaries. Otherwise, we're not going to know, especially if you're just joking along and going along with it. Everybody around you is going to think that you're having a good old time too.
Right.
So it is very important for adults especially to be able to set clear boundaries, hold their boundaries, and then also in turn respect other people's boundaries.
Yes. I mean, that goes for anyone of any age.
Right.
Of all ages, of, everybody needs to learn boundaries and how to respect boundaries.
And sometimes just
How to
walking
communicate.
away, how to communicate effectively. And that's something that has not been taught in schools. That is something that most parents don't teach. In fact, that's something that most people our age don't even know how to do, is to properly communicate. Communication is key in any kind of relationship, whether it be a romantic relationship, a friendship, a work relationship,
A relationship with your children.
a relationship with your kids. Communication is the most important thing. And if you don't have the skills to communicate, then how are you ever supposed to live a fulfilling life where you don't feel victimized at every single turn? And that is the biggest problem, is that most people feel like they are the victim when nothing bad has happened to them.
Right? And I am like one of those parents that I am all about, stand up for yourself when need be. But I don't want my kids to resort to violence unless they have to.
Right.
If somebody needs to be punched in the mouth and you've exhausted all other option, I get it. Okay? I get it. But there are so many options before using violence. And a lot of people nowadays
Jump straight to violence.
Straight to violence because they don't know how to do the communication thing. They can't communicate their feelings, and they don't, and in turn, they can't comprehend other people's feelings.
And also, they feel like their feelings are dependent on other people. No. Again, your feelings are your problem alone. Nobody can do anything to make you feel a certain way. You feel a certain way because you took that thing a certain way. So, something that a conversation we had with the kids recently was, when somebody tries to insult you, don't take it as an insult. If you take it as an insult, that's on you. Mm-hmm. Try to take it as a compliment, because then that reverses it, and it's only going to piss off the insulter,
Yep. So bullies can be bullies and keyboard warriors all they want. Either way, it's not going to faze us.
Nope. But, if you leave a nasty comment, you might get called out publicly. Just beware.
Yeah, that we will most likely do, especially if it's if it's a good one. We'll definitely pin your nasty comment
to the top of the chat and let everybody else see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we believe in free speech.
Yeah, and we'll
Even
advertise it for you.
Especially the speech that we don't agree with.
Yeah.
So you will get a free. You won't live rent free in our heads. You'll live rent free at the top of the chat.
Yeah. Publicly advertised
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah. I think that's enough for today. What do you think, Amber?
I think so too.
Let us know what you guys think in the comment section.
Bullies or just sissies, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a channel for everybody to share their opinion, and we want to hear yours. So
Yeah.
Yep.
So don't forget to like, subscribe, all
Share.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you really hated it, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah,
If you
definitely.
really, really, really hated it, hit that thumbs down and stuff. There's a bunch of cops right there that caught my attention. But anyway, yeah,
Somebody's
if you really
getting
hated
screwed.
it, leave a nasty comment because people like to respond to those.
Yeah.
It
You
boosts
know?
the algorithm for us.
You know, we got the keyboard
Golly.
warriors, and we've got the people that just come for the, show. of
Yeah, grab your popcorn, y'all.
right? And, if you like reading, I'm sure we'll get some pretty good comments. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. Well, we will see you on the next one.
Love y'all. Bye.
All right, bye, guys.